Emily and I met in Bloomington, Minnesota on February 6th.
I lived in La Crosse at the time, and me and Marissa and Alex came up to visit Abby. We're trying to decide what to do for the night. We decided to go to Cowboy Jack's in Bloomington.
Get there, have a beer or two, and I look over to the right of me and I see a group of girls. One in particular caught my eye. Wow, that girl is very good looking, sexy, and she had a great body, so the physical attraction was there. After having a few beers, I had my liquid courage in me and I walked over to the group.
I went up to the bar to order my friend some drinks, and this guy was standing by the bar right next to me, kind of with his back on the bar, and he kind of bumped into me.
Looked her right in the eye and said, "What are you doing?" And she looks at me and she goes, "What does it look like I'm doing? I'm buying drinks." And then I said, to her surprise, "Well, are you buying me one?"
And I was like,
She won't admit to this, I guarantee you, but I saw it with my own eyes. She looked me up and down and then said, "What are you drinking?"
And I did not look him up and down. He probably told you I did. And so I bought him a gin and tonic, and then afterwards we talked a while, and it was just like instant connection, like I never felt with anybody.
It almost felt like I knew her in a past life or something. I can't explain it, but if other people have experienced it, they know what I'm talking about.
Somehow we talked about how we had weddings coming up and asked each other to be plus ones. Then my friends were kind of like, "Emily, come on, get away from him. Come hang out with us."
I couldn't stop smiling. I remember going over to my friends and saying my smile or my face muscles hurt because of how much I was smiling.
I think I was the one to text him, and we met secretly by the bathroom. And so again, we talked about the weddings coming up, and he wanted to promise that I would be his plus one to his brother Jeff's wedding. And he made me pinky swear and seal it with a kiss. When I met Andy, it was just like a instant connection. It just felt like I could be myself around him. Sounds cheesy, but it felt like I knew him somehow, or like I met him before.
It was a week after we had met. We talked every day and every night on the phone, and she was coming up to pick me up at my parents' house.
I was just going to have him come out to the car. Well, it didn't work out that way. He made me come and meet his parents that very first night, which was great. We went to Lindsay's party, and that weekend also happened to be Valentine's Day. And so on Valentine's Day, we had our first official date, and we went to the casino.
We're sitting down, enjoying our meal, and out of the blue, she looks at my hair and goes, "You have dishwatered color hair." So I'm going, what color is dishwater? Dirty gray? So she's telling me I have dishwater color hair, and right there I pretty much knew she was going to be my wife, because she could be honest and she made me laugh.
From that moment on, we were hooked.
I can't say enough about how she just feels what other people are feeling.
It's just his zest for life and positivity. He doesn't take things too seriously. He balances me out perfectly, reminds me to have fun in everything I do, and he just totally lights up any room, makes me laugh every single day. He's like a one-man circus.
It's hard to explain. If you haven't had the feelings of I think I know what true love is after meeting Emily now. So it's like pulling up from 4 feet behind the three-point line and shooting it in the defender's face and swishing it. That's pretty much what Emily makes me feel like. I thought Emily was the one a lot of times, but the first time, I would have to say it was sometime the night I met her at Cowboy Jack's. I saw her and I don't know what happened, but I felt different when I looked at her. I went over to her. Other than the physical attraction, it was something else leading me to her. It was just an energy that brought me over to her and everything felt right. It was like nothing could get better at that moment. I remember going over to my friends and saying to them, I think I met my wife.
I knew Andy was the one the night we met. I went back to Abby's house that night, and I don't remember if I said it out loud to my friends or not, but I said, he is going to be my husband.
The day I proposed to Emily was kind of a spur of the moment. Lola is a very loyal cat of Emily's that she got when she was in college, I believe. I got a little tag that you'd get for a pet, and instead of writing Lola's name on there and phone number and whatever, on the back of the name tag it said, will you marry me, and Emily on the front. So she looks at it, it'd say Emily, turn it around, it'd say, will you marry me? So I had to somehow get Lola and Emily at the right place in the house to notice that. So the only way I could think about doing it was letting Emily know that I got Lola a new tag. Emily, knowing me, kind of looks at me funny like, whoa, that was out of the blue, like, why did you say that? So she's kind of onto me at this point.
So I came downstairs and Lola was sitting by the stairs, and I bend down and look at her tag. And it's a big heart and it says Emily on it. And I was like, what the heck? And I think I said, this is Emily, and Andy was like, oh, did I put the wrong name on it? And then I kind of had a good clue, and I turned the tag over and it said, will you marry me?
And as she's going down to Lola, I quickly step behind her and get on one knee and pop the box out, and she starts to get quiet, and I'm waiting for her to say something, and then she turns around and she's kind of getting a little teary-eyed, and she goes, is this real life? And then I said, yes. Will you marry me? I'll love you for the rest of my life. And then she said, nothing. She just went like this. And then I said, well, is that a yes? And she said, yes.
I had been waiting for the day, but couldn't believe he actually asked.
Emily, I just want you to know that through the thick and thin, the good, the bad, the sick, the healthy, no matter what happens, I'll always love you more than you could ever imagine. I knew that the day I met you at Cowboy Jack's, and the love has only grown since then.
This is going to be hard for me to not get teary-eyed. Andrew James. The last 2.5 years have been... This is hard. The wildest, most amazing adventure. I can't wait to see what's next. I'm so happy and blessed to be marrying my very best friend and soulmate. I love you.